Hey, it's a little early for bourbon and Coke.
Hey, Puckett, what a week we're coming off. I mean, let's go. Let's break it all down quietly and quickly here. Seahawks, first pick, 16th pick, they get their guy, Puck. So we're celebrating that. Paulo Banchero, O'Day High School. Everybody says Orlando's out of the series, 31 points, 14 rebounds last night for Paulo. We watched him play at O'Day. The Mariners, we said it on this podcast right here 2 weeks ago. I said it to you, Puck, and I said, everybody, it's too early. Don't panic. Everybody was panicking. Oh, we're done. Not I. This guy said, no, keep the faith. Guess who's in first place? The Mariners are in first place. Okay. Oh, by the way, Puckett, I don't know if you heard, and this has nothing to do with the Olympics. A little ice hockey team, the Seattle Kraken, are coming to King 5 TV. This is good news. This is great news for everybody out there. You're going to watch the Kraken for free on the Big 5 on Kong TV. So we're excited about that, to be the home of the Kraken.
When do you start hosting the post-game show and the pre-game show? When does that happen?
Well, if I ever make it back from the Paris Olympics, Puck, that's when I will begin that. The Paris Olympics, I don't know if I mentioned them yet on this podcast, but we're now, Puck, we're 3 months away. 3 months away. And
is that it? Only 3 months, huh?
3 months. And a big shout out on the number one podcast in America to Aaron Small from Seattle, Washington, Jonas Ecker from Bellingham, Washington. They officially qualified in the men's K2 kayak event this week. And somebody gets, everybody's like, way to go, guys. Awesome. And then, of course, I get the one person that jumps on. Well, I'm not going to watch that, Egan. I'm not going to watch that. I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to watch them. Just support the USA, baby. Come on.
There's always got to be that person.
Why do you have to be that person? I'm not going to watch that sport. I don't want to watch that. I didn't ask you if you're watching it. All I'm saying is congratulations to these two young men. Puck, we missed you at day one of the draft. They had the They had the scallops. They had the steak. It was a beautiful night. I will say, though, Puck, I missed you. The food was great, but it was still a little weird when the night ended. And just I know that Pete Carroll is gone, but I just, for some reason, thought he was going to come through that door and sit down with John Schneider. And it was just interesting to see Mike McDonald, and I'm excited for him. I think they got the guy they wanted in the first round. It's all about defense with this guy. And you know what? After 14 offensive guys, I'm like, they're going to get their guy, and they got their guy in the first round.
How much did you eat yesterday?
I'm not gonna lie here. I think I had too many scallops, and I went back for seconds, and I'm pretty tight with the cooks of the Seahawks, and he gave me that look like, oh wow, you're back, you're back for more. But but I didn't do this, Buck. I kept with the proteins. I'm trying to go low carb here as we get closer to the Olympics, 3 months away, and the daughter's wedding. So I'm trying to go low carbs.
Yeah.
And Damien from Cairo, he's a photographer from Cairo TV. God bless this man. He also went scallops, steak, baked potato. He rolls up right next to me. He got two fresh. Not only did he get one fresh baked cookie, he got two. And then what did he do there? He took the ice cream dish and made his own little cookie sandwich. And I'm like, Damien,
They had ice cream?
They had ice cream. He took the two.
Oh, the little ones, like they have them in
cups. The cups. But he took the ice cream out of the cup, made his own little cookie ice cream sandwich. I said, Damien, you're the MVP.
Hero.
You're the hero. Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, that's a hero of the night. There's nothing better. Again, I will never complain about this job because there's nothing better than that media dining food at the Seahawks facility for the draft. It's where the players go, the coaches go. They've got 5-star chefs in there. They open it up to the scrubs and the media, and it's the same stuff that they serve the team. It's unbelievable.
It's awesome.
It's unreal.
Puck, I got to throw this out there because you and I, this is how we do it. We just kind of go off cuff. We don't plan. We don't rehearse. And I just thought this was interesting. Want to get your thoughts on this. A lot of people will be watching this podcast after the Seahawks make their second pick in the third round. During that pick, it will be Tyler Lockett who will be on the stage. Surrounding Tyler Lockett will be members of the Emerald Ridge girls flag football team. I talked with the Seattle Seahawks a little bit about this yesterday. They wanted the girls to be front and stage with Tyler Lockett. They are supporting girls flag football. They helped bring over 80 teams into the state last year, and they're behind a big effort, which I believe is next week, for the WIAA to make girls flag football an official sanctioned sport. You know what I say? Go for it. The numbers were great last year. It's cool to see that the Seahawks are behind this, but this could be an official sanctioned sport. I know there's a lot of lacrosse people out there like, what about us? We've been waiting for 20 years now, but it's pretty cool to see girls flag football and the popularity of this sport taking off. We'll see flag football in the Olympics in LA in 4 years' time. But you surprised at how quick this became a sport and how they're going to make it a sport?
It's massive. I mean, my kid plays. A lot of kids play. I love it. I mean, I think flag football is awesome. The 7-on-7 stuff is cool too. Yeah, I think it should be a sport, no doubt. But so should lacrosse. I mean, the fact is that we are so slow to this on the West Coast. Maybe it's not a West Coast thing. Maybe it's just a state of Washington thing. But like, I mean, you've traveled back to the East Coast. It's so popular there. So like lacrosse should be a sanctioned sport. I have a buddy whose kid plays. I'm surprised. I asked him. I said, it's still not an official sport. It's a club sport still. It seems kind of silly. Get them all. Let's get it all. Let's come on, all of it.
I've asked on that before, and I think it has something to do with field space, that some schools just don't have the field space for lacrosse. But it feels to me like the popularity of the sport just keeps growing. I don't know why you wouldn't make it as well a sport.
So you overate yesterday. You had the draft, the Byron Murphy. It was weird not to see. You're right. Weird not to see Pete Carroll come saunter out of there, and then him and Schneider do their Abbott and Costello routine. Okay, so how surprised? What was the media room like when Michael Penix goes number 8 to Atlanta with those 3D glasses he was wearing?
Well, I think that was the big shocker. I mean, I think we saw the quarterbacks going 1, 2, 3. Caleb went first, then Jaden, then Drake, and then you're like, where's Penix going to go? And we're all talking. The media's all talking. I think a lot of people at that point were thinking, maybe Minnesota or Las Vegas at that point. Yeah. And Atlanta just shocked everyone. And there was
everybody.
I mean, there was a couple people out there that had heard stories that Atlanta had sent, 8 coaches out to Seattle to watch Michael Penix in a half-hour workout at the UW. And that was like 2 to 3 weeks ago. And that since that workout, Atlanta fell in love with him. But I still, a day after, I'm still just kind of like, what are they thinking? Like, literally, I mean, he's got $100 million guaranteed. $100 million guaranteed, Puck. And
stupid.
And I think why a lot of us were surprised is that Penix is not your 19 or 20-year-old quarterback.
Oh,
he's going to sit. If he's going to be behind Cousins for 2 years, he's 24 now. I think he is. But he's not your young, quarterback coming right out of college. So I think
23 will be 24. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like when he's ready to go, he's damn near 26 years old.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're thinking in Atlanta. Maybe they're just thinking, let's have the best backup quarterback in the NFL. If we want to make a run in the playoffs, we're going to need one. But, I don't know why. I mean, that team is loaded on the offensive side. I think anybody that follows that team thought for sure they were going defense. They had their pick of every single defensive player at that point in the draft. So it doesn't make sense to me.
It is a head scratcher what they do. I mean, if I'm like a Falcons fan, I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, we gave this guy so much money now. Because here's the deal: when these fans in Atlanta see Michael Penix throw the football and play like in a preseason game, they're not going to want Kirk Cousins.
No, because
it's not going to happen.
Well, what's going to happen when Cousins has 2 bad games in a row? I mean, you want to build, a quarterback's room where, Cousins can teach the next generation, but now he's probably feeling the pressure of this guy, how good he is. I mean, this isn't a guy you picked in the 2nd or 3rd round. This is a guy you picked number 8. I mean, number 8 in the draft. Those guys usually play. So Cousins has to be feeling the pressure. If he's not, I'm sure his wife is informing him about that. We love Julie. I watched that Netflix special.
She's great.
I'm a big,
She's a sneaky hot, kind of a sneaky hot mom.
I love her. I love
she's a sneaky hot Midwest mom. I mean, come on.
Yes, she is, and I love the fact she's not afraid to mention she goes to Target and shops there.
Who doesn't like Target?
Well, a lot of people don't.
Who's against saying that I'd like to go? I like Target. Is there something wrong with telling people you like Target? You know what else I like going to? And for people in Seattle, I like going to Walmart.
Yeah,
I like a Walmart.
It's great people watching if you go to a Walmart.
Well, that makes me feel better about myself.
I went to a Walmart once after work. I think it was like 12:30 a.m. and saw a lady putting down a Big Mac at 12:30, and I'm like going,
nothing wrong with that.
No, and I'm like, all right, I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right.
You're damn right you're doing okay. And there's nothing wrong with going to a place and looking at other people and the problems that they have and how they look and act and go, all right, I'm not that bad.
No, I'm doing okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'll put some sweats on tomorrow. And I think, the reaction from Penix was shock, was disbelief. And then you don't have a lot of time because the next pick made, I think you realize, the Northwest fell in love with Penix. The Northwest really fell in love with a wide receiver by the name of Roma Dunze. And to see him go number 9 to Chicago, the fact that he's going to be, him and Caleb, the future is so bright there for that Bears team. I'm excited for Roma Dunze. Yeah. This is a guy, Puckett, after the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. We're doing live shots throughout the night on the field for King 5 TV. The confetti's still on the field. And I looked in the middle of the field, and there was still one player on the field. And it was Roma Dunze. And he was just signing autographs to all the kids that wanted an autograph. He was taking pictures with everybody. This guy is the real deal. I'm excited for him.
Gets it.
You got 2 Huskies going in the top 10 for the first time since 1941. 3 of them going in the first round, first time since 2015. So congrats to all them. And it's going to be exciting the rest of the way. The Seahawks, as we speak on this podcast, just 6 picks to go. I know John Schneider. He mentioned it, Puck. They had multiple offers to trade down to collect more picks, but just Byron Murphy was the right guy. But it's going to be a hard day for Schneider to sit there in the second round and not have a pick. But
well, and this is obvious now with the kind of the reports that came out after the draft, right? That they made an effort to move up in the top 10 to get Penix. So there is no doubt, because we all asked kind of the same question: if he's there at 16, would they take him? Well, they clearly were going to take him if he was there at 16. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, no, they would have definitely taken him, but I don't think he gets past the Raiders as well. The Raiders were hoping for a quarterback. They didn't move up. They had 6 quarterbacks picked in front of them, and they didn't get a QB. So.
Well, because they don't need a quarterback, Egan.
Yeah, I know. They got your man.
Yeah, America's quarterback. Okay, the guy lives in a van in Vegas. He's at a nightclub every night. He's bagging chicks left and right. And he's the quarterback of the Raiders.
He's the quarterback of America.
He's a quarterback of America's team, silver and black.
I still remember that Apple Cup puck at the cold one, and he came out and his shirt was off. And I've never seen a quarterback over in Pullman work the crowd better than he did. He had them just eating at the
I've never seen a quarterback go through the sororities more than that guy did, probably. Jesus. Come on. That guy was a loud guy. That guy was living his best life in Pullman.
Oh,
his absolute best life. How loud was Softy on Thursday?
Very loud, very loud. In fact, it got so loud that I decided to move my live shots downstairs because
it's a problem.
It just gets a little too loud. But God bless him. He's all in. The guy gives, but it goes from Softy just screaming to the mild-mannered Ian Furness, who just is calm and cool.
That's right.
Because
Ian brings it down to kind of a golf whisper.
Yeah, and then he's literally like, when Penix makes the pick, all I can hear is, "I got Penix's number. I got Penix's number. We can get Penix on the phone.
Penix, let's go." And he doesn't realize that he's wearing headphones. He's just naturally a loud person, but that's why we love him.
Penix is on the phone.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, but you know what? It's just you could write a movie from draft day, just all the characters, and
It's the best.
it was interesting to see Mike McDonald when he first came out because he kind of surveyed the room. You know, he was just looking around. I would love to know what's going on in his head as he's looking at all the media and all that stuff. And then God bless him.
These people are unhealthy. That's probably what he's thinking.
Well, he's probably like, that guy had too many scallops tonight.
Look at that guy. He's got scallops coming out of him. Does that guy have scallops in his teeth?
I think scallops are one of the most underrated seafood items, by the way.
I don't like them.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like them. I love them.
Don't like them.
Why don't you like them? I think they're soft, they're tender, they're delicious.
Well, that's the problem. Okay, if they're done right, were they done right? They were perfectly soft.
With perfect sauce on them.
The second those things go tough, the millisecond those things are overcooked.
Yeah.
They're like eating a hockey puck. So I don't know. I don't hate them. I don't seek them out.
Where do they, you know what? This is a dumb question, but I might as well ask on the podcast. Where does the scallop come from? Is that in a clam?
Yeah. It's like a shell.
It's just in a clam. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I don't know. We need a seafood actor.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to call 1-800-SCALLOP guy on my phone. Right? Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it a shell?
Well, you dig for a gooey duck. You dig for a razor.
God, we should know this. I hate not knowing stuff like this because it really does highlight how much of an idiot I am. So.
And myself for even asking the question. I mean, eating these for 50 years, and I don't know exactly where they come from. But
hey, I don't. Did you see Byron? First of all, would you not want to be at the Byron Murphy party in Dallas?
Holy cow, 400 people at his party. And his dad, by the way, Puckett, that's
the best suit in the world. I'm going to the mall to go find that suit. I reached out to my buddies Dugar and Kid, and I said, hey, where can I find that? How much do you guys think that is? How much do you think that suit is? They roughly guessed $1,000
for that sweatsuit.
Yeah. That's not a sweatsuit. That was like a Gucci suit. I don't think that was a sweatsuit.
Are you sure that looked like a zip up, like an old school Sergio Tacchini, I mean, that looked like something Lloyd Trufant would wear back in the day. I don't
know. It was beautiful.
Oh,
it was beautiful.
That thing was gorgeous. Yeah, I want one of those as well, too. So
I think we should rock it.
You know, and I'm going to an 80s party in Enumclaw, so I'm thinking that's a nice 80s look. So
is this like on Friday? When are we doing this? Saturday?
This is next Friday. Next Friday,
you'll go into an 80s
party in Enumclaw.
Okay, what are the outfits? What are we going in?
I think I'm going to go old school like that, an old school full sweatsuit that I used to wear back in the days. And my wife's concerned it won't fit. but I think it will.
Well, we did an 80s party for a school auction a couple of weeks ago. I went as like Run DMC. That was a good one.
Oh, that's a good one. Would you just have the sweat? Did you have the sweatshirt?
Yeah, my buddy had a sweatsuit. So just the black sweatsuit, some Adidas, a Kango hat. It was good.
I told my wife to put on her cheerleading outfit from Pure Pie, but she's not going for it.
And then you're like, so you're going to take that up? Nah, never mind. Why don't you just put on the Letterman jacket? Go as
that's a little tight. That's a little tight. That's a little
with the basketball uniform fit. Can you slide into that?
No, not at all. That would
kind of like a sausage casing.
That would be dangerous to go that route. But I don't know.
Moose knuckle action.
Oh,
yeah,
terrible.
Be a problem.
Terrible.
It's all good. 80s. Find some old Genera or Gotcha, or you can always go. Miami Miami Vice look.
Miami Vice.
Crockett Tubbs. Yeah.
The Genera was a higher up brand.
So good.
Yeah, you don't get that. Target or Walmart Genera.
No. But Genera was good. Bugle Boy, Genera Gotcha, stuff like maybe some old school Keds if you can find it.
Yeah. What was the jackets that were really hot? Breezin'?
Members only.
But you remember Breezin' jackets? They had like red, blue, and like dots.
No, I don't remember those.
There was like squares. They were like a winter jacket. I think they were Breezin' jackets.
No. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But why? I feel like it's a different name than that. But I know now that you describe it and it's coming, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's going to drive. It's going to drive me
We're
crazy.
looking up Breezing jackets and scallops. Those are two things we're going to look up. The third thing we're going to look up, Puck, is you're going to try to look up the Mariners' record right now and try to talk me back down to earth right now.
I'm not going to talk you back down. They're playing good baseball.
Okay.
It's a miracle that they won 2 out of 3. I mean, they had 5 hits yesterday. So, yeah. I mean, but the pitching, I mean, it's all based on their pitching. If their pitching is good, they'll be good.
What are you going to do with when Wu gets back? What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, he'll just slide. I'm just sliding for where Hancock is. Yeah.
You wouldn't keep Hancock doesn't deserve to go to Tacoma, Puck.
That's why we're sending him to Everett.
Oh, he's going to say that.
You're not going. So down at Tacoma, you're going to Everett. You're going to go be an aqua sock. I mean, listen, he's a luxury to have.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need him. I mean, you're going to need Emerson Hancock. He will come back up later and pitch. Okay. Because not all these guys are going to make it through. So somebody else is going to get hurt. It's the way that this happens in Major League Baseball. So, yeah, I mean, I think Wu was the guy coming out of spring. He shouldn't lose it. Hancock's been good, at times. But, yeah, that's what I would do. My biggest concern right now with them is they just cannot. I mean, they're cursed with Edgar, and I know Cruz had some time, but they're cursed with this DH position. They just are.
Yeah.
And Mitch Garver is just his slugging is 232 right now.
I thought for sure he goes
so bad.
I thought he goes to Texas. That's where it was gonna just start. He just can't get it going. I'm with you there.
No.
But it's fun. They're a fun ball club, and I love it. I love all the call ups and Jonathan Clase. I mean, he's been a fun player.
I'm a little concerned about Crawford and this oblique. Which you and I don't have obliques, but he does, and I'm concerned how long he's going to be out for. It's going to be certainly longer than 10 days, so we'll kind of see how that goes. But they're staying afloat right now. They haven't been buried because their divisions, for the most part, stinks and no one is pulling away. So it's good. I'm good with it. Hey,
all right, my last question for you, Puck. I know this is actually your podcast, but
no, this is your show. This is your segment. You do whatever you want.
I got a lot of comments yesterday on Facebook and on Twitter, and how exciting. And I don't want to take any shots at any other television stations out there or anything like that, but just how exciting.
I'll do it for you.
How exciting hockey fans are to get the Kraken on King 5 TV, and I guess. When I look at, obviously, the Seattle area, the Kings are the Seahawks, and the Mariners have that chance to be there as well. And then you have teams like the Sounders and the Kraken, who I think are, very popular, can get big crowds. But I think the Kraken kind of flatlined a little bit this year, and I think this is going to help get them into more living rooms, get them into more houses, and I think it's going to hopefully build up their, Of course, I'm a little biased. I'm at King 5, but I think this is going to be a good thing for the Kraken.
Well, hope it can't. Here's the deal: it can't hurt. They need to have more eyeballs on them because they need more people to go to the games. I mean, a reality they're going to face this offseason, and they're facing it now, is there's a lot of people that will not renew their season tickets because this is the year they all signed 3-year deals.
Yeah,
so they're up against it now. I know from my group of friends that have tickets, they're not renewing. I mean, they're expensive. It's expensive to go. So you need to make any product, especially a product like the Kraken or the Sounders, just easy and readily available for the viewer to watch. And so it can't hurt to be on King and Kong, and they're going to stream on Amazon. So I like it. It's kind of the way of where everything is going. The Mariners will do it eventually, and the Mariners either going to go to you or another network, and they'll go the same route. And then their streaming service will just be through MLB.TV, and they'll go that way. But it affects a lot of people, right, behind the scenes, and all those folks at Root. So I feel bad about all that kind of stuff. And
well, that's why it's tough. That's why
it is hard.
You hate because these are good friends in the business, and they do good work over there. So you hate to see that, but you do. You do care about the local teams, and you want the best for the Kraken too.
Yes.
So
here's my idea. Here's the thing I want from you. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now I don't want Garcia to do it because it's not for him or it's not for Paul Sylvie. Okay. Maybe one of the Taylor Swift girls can do it, but I want you. You're doing once a week. You're going to do a daily Kraken interview, but you're going to be on skates, and you're just going to skate around the rink with this guy.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And you have to interview him.
I think it's great.
It's a great. But here's the catch. While you're feeding him scallops. Okay? Got to feed him scallops.
Oh, man. If we could
Hey, Grubauer, have you ever had a scallop? Okay. No. I haven't had that. No, that's what you got to do. All right. All right. I know your time is tight here on a Friday. We appreciate it. Chris Egan. Again, please, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment away. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, all the podcast channels. Please do the same there as well. Like, subscribe. Please leave a comment and rate it. It helps us. It boosts the podcast through the roof, especially this Chris Egan segment, which is on fire. Chris is brought to you by...
Yeah, I was saying, you mentioned scallops, but there's another food out there that we love, Puck.
Oh, we love FatZachsPizza. FatZachsPizza has got 3 locations in Sumner, downtown Puyallup, South Hill, home of the original No Big Dill Pickle Pizza. Also, you can book their 3 food trucks for catering, birthday parties, graduations, corporate events, 80s party next week in Enumclaw. Voted best of the Sound 2 years in a row for pizza. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and at FatZachsPizza.com. I'm going to reach out to Zach. How about a scallop pizza?
You know what? Throw them on there with the pickle pizza. I think it would be good. I think it would be really good. I'm going to tell everybody right now, don't wait on your grad parties, okay? Because
do it now.
You don't want to be that loser parent. All of a sudden you're getting, you're getting croissant sandwiches from Costco. No, that's not the way to go. You want to go pizza. I mean, you want to go big. Your kid made it through high school. They graduated. I don't care what their GPA is. They did it. They deserve the best from you. So get out there and celebrate them.
There he is, Chris Egan, King 5 News. Every Friday, episodes dropping at 1 o'clock. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks, Chris.
All right. We'll save some crab cakes for you at the Hawks, baby.